So, our top 5 family trips. This is stuff that I'm pretty sure. Did everybody pick 5 things they went on?
I did.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I guess it was open for interpretation. It was not very defined. But, this is the episode about conventions and vacations. So, we're going to talk about like the 5 things that trips we went on. Maybe it was just like one thing of that trip that made it reach this list for you, but I don't know. Who wants to go first?
I'll do it.
All right, go ahead.
All right, for me, number 5 for me is, it's kind of like Florida or beaches, really. When we were younger, we used to always go down to Destin. I haven't really liked Destin as much lately. We now go to like Pensacola or Panama City. So we just like going down there and maxing and relaxing at the beach, getting some sun, playing in the sand. So going down to the beach.
Oh, maybe I was very specific about mine. Did you pick very specific trips or just like in general?
No, mine are all specific, I think.
Oh, okay. My number 5 is a trip to Maine. And the reason I put this on this list is because...
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
You been to Maine?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Anyway, the reason I put this on this list is because what made it the most memorable trip ever was the fact that we had this, like... my parents still have it, actually. It's like an 88 Nissan pickup truck, basically, with a topper.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and my little brother were in the back. My dad rigged up like this walkie-talkie thing that we could talk to him in the front. And we had all the suitcases back there, and it was carpeted and everything. And this is like, welcome to Unsafe America 30 years ago.
Yep.
I mean...
We used to do that, too.
Yeah, so we just had all our toys back there and like Game Boys and stuff, and we just took the trip. It was like a 3-day trip of driving. And it was fun. So glad we didn't have a wreck.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've told that story many times to like Rachel and some other people, and I'm just like, that was a really fun experience. I don't remember anything that happened in Maine.
Right. It's just a trip down there.
But the trip, riding in the back of that truck was awesome.
Awesome. My number 5, specifically, I guess it's kind of a general. A lot of people would just do this on a weekend, but we did go to Kings Island, but I got to take my high school friend at the time, and it was kind of neat because if I remember right, I think our parents let us run loose in Kings Island. It was kind of like meet here at this time. So kind of a little taste of freedom, but my buddy Nick Flynn at the time, we just rode roller coaster after roller coaster, and we were usually acting goofy and like singing Pantera songs while we were riding them and just being silly, but that was a good time.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
So,
roller coasters. Stay away from those, Matt.
You should try them.
I'm scared.
That's a good time.
Number 4 for me is going down to Gatlinburg, or really even Gatlinburg / Pigeon Forge. Really is kind of one and the same. Going down to for the adults in the group, going down to the Sugarlands and Oat Smokies and doing the tastings. Always a good time there. But even for the kids, there's lots to do. There's Ripley's Aquarium. We pan for... There's a couple places where you can actually pan for stones. They give you like a bucket of sand. You dump it. And you have this little water aqueduct-like thing. Yeah, you find all these cool-looking stones. And we also fed some bears while we were there. They have this huge enclosure. I forgot what it's called, and I think it was in Pigeon Forge, actually. So that was quite memorable.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I was listening to a radio show the other day, and they said the bears in like Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg are getting diabetes.
Really?
Because they're eating too much pancake and fudge?
Well, because they're not hibernating anymore.
Oh, really?
Is that because all the trees are gone?
No, I think it's just something to do with everybody feeding them and stuff. So they don't need to like have a winter store.
Yeah.
And so, because food's always readily available for them.
They're getting diabetes.
Also, if you wanted to play Magic Quest?
Yes.
The one down there is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. My number 4 is a trip that we did to California, which I guess... What's the one that's close to Mexico, the city? That's close to Tijuana?
California?
Is it San Diego?
That's southern, so...
Well, we're gonna say San Diego because I don't have a map in front of me, but
Cool.
it was the most southern
Big city.
that's big
Uh-huh.
because we did cross the border and go to Tijuana, which I thought was really interesting because the street vendors were there and they're like, "This is $50," and you're like, "Okay." Well, we walk away with like a $3 necklace, so a lot of that stuff. That was pretty interesting. That's actually mostly what I remember of it. My dad worked at Naval Ordnance, so he did like.
I was gonna say San Diego's a naval town.
Is it?
Yeah, so
That makes sense while we were there.
yeah.
Because he would fly to different port towns to do work on the battleships and stuff. Where he worked on phalanxes, which are like anti-missile systems. So that was pretty cool. He had a lot of those bullets. They were decommissioned, but they were neat. And the last thing is we bought some like these toy airplanes that the TSA or whatever it was at the time thought were guns. And they pulled us aside when they...
Planes?
Yeah, they were like literally they were airplanes where the wings folded in and they had roulette wheels in the middle of them.
All right.
And they thought they were guns, so they opened our bags. And
Oh, okay. So they see
they
them in your
stopped us.
luggage.
Yeah, they saw them in our luggage and was like, "What's that?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is? It's a freaking toy."
Surely you've seen a few of these come through this area.
Right. Well, actually, we got them at the airport, which was the not that airport. I think we got them at a different airport
Okay.
on the way there because
That'd
we
be
did
pretty
have a
sad.
layover.
Mm.
And so we got them on the way there, and we had them in our hands and stuff, I guess, when we went there. But on the way back, we had put them in the luggage.
Oh, you gotta watch that too. Well, on my brother, he actually got stopped going through New York airport, and he had like a Leatherman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they stopped him, and this was actually not too long after 9/11 too. But long story short, he had to go to court and spend a lot of money to clear his name or something because they went through his phone, called people, was like, "What do you know about him?"
Wow.
They hit him pretty hard, and it was not like a big knife or something. It was a Leatherman, multi-tool.
Yeah, the multi-tool.
Yeah, he had it in his backpack, forgot about it. So,
I don't know. The TSA is a plague.
yeah.
If you're listening, I hate all of you. Anyway, your turn, Matt.
Thanks for keeping our planes safe.
Yeah. I mean, it's like completely irrational, the dumb crap they do.
I've
No,
seen a lot of stupid
It's over the board
videos.
sometimes.
It's incredibly overboard. It's ridiculous. Like, for instance, they will question you over a belt buckle that has the shape of a gun. It is obviously not a real gun. It's hollow on the back side. It's casted out of die-cast metal or whatever. And then you're literally giving people crap. This is like a real story, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I was looking online if I could bring certain types of belt buckles with me to Dice Tower Con a few years ago.
Oh.
And I was reading these stories. Like TSA, like literally I do not like you at all. Your entire corporation is stupid.
Moving on.
My number 4? Is that what we're on? 4?
Yeah.
My number 4 is actually, I think I'm going to switch it right now. It's going to be the cruise I just went on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I already spent a whole segment talking about it, but we had a lot of fun on it, but I've had obviously more fun experiences, and I'll get to that later.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so.
You'll get to it later? Okay, interesting.
Going on number 3. Number 3 for me is going down to New Orleans. We had a blast going down there. Even like you said, even our trip going down there was really fun. So there's the French Quarter and nightlife stuff. So that's more adult stuff. There's a National World II Museum down there. It was a fantastic museum. I typically don't like a lot of museums, but a lot to see over there. It was a good museum to try out, look at. We also did like a swamp tour where you go out into the bayous and feed alligators, and he had a couple of alligators.
That's a nope.
Yeah, he had a couple of alligators that you can hold. So, one was like a baby one.
Yeah.
And everybody passed it around. He took pictures. But he also like brought out, a couple foot, a nice big one that you got to kind of play with as well. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Would you do that, Matt?
Well, oddly enough, I was going to ask because on our way back, we on our way, the drive back, we cut through Louisiana. That was the best drive.
Yeah.
It is so cool because there's all these bayous.
It is probably way different than what we're normally seeing.
Oh yeah, and
farmland.
I think I heard at the visitor center they said they had like one of the biggest waterways. I don't know what constitutes as a waterway, but it's not even really a bridge. It's just like a suspended road that you drive on for miles through this thing, though, and it was really neat. We saw what I thought was a flamingo, but I think it's called an egret. It's like a pink spoon-billed looking bird, but that was really neat to see that. So yeah, Nikki has already said it's not that far away. How about we drive down to New Orleans? So
not that far away from us here.
Yeah,
that's far. It's a drive.
Yeah.
It's East Coast. It's not, but it's on the east side of the U.S.
Yeah,
we can get there.
Oh, you could get there. We did it. Yeah.
Louisville is a fantastic hub. I mean, from here we can go wherever we want in like a day.
Oh well, that's why UPS is. That's why it is a hub.
That's true.
It's for that reason. It's got such a good location. So
yeah,
pretty central to the East Coast.
Yeah, to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Is that your number 3?
That's my number 3.
All right, my number 3 is the trip that Rachel and I went with to watch our friends get married in the Dominican Republic. This is the first time I have. Oh no, it's the first time I've left the continent of. I've been to Canada and Mexico way before this, but this is the first time I've actually left the Americas. Well, I'm still in the Americas, aren't I?
Dominican Republic?
The Caribbean? I don't know where I was. But point is, I left the United States, like the homeland. I left the continent.
You're on an island.
Yeah, I went on an island.
Yeah.
Right. So it was cool. This was an all-inclusive resort.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's the same thing that Matt was talking about. You get to eat a lot of food and gain a lot of weight. And then we went on a snorkeling thing. That's why I asked you about it. I hated it. Every bit of it. I did not like that part at all.
Oh, really?
They threw me in water. I was out of shape. This is why I asked if your kids did better than me. And I did not like that part. But we did in the same trip.
What didn't you like about it?
It was hard, Eric.
Oh,
it was
those
hard.
are hard work.
The flippers on your feet are hard. The waves are hard. They're like, oh, people are like diving down in the water. I'm like, nope. I can't even hold my breath that long, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I need to work out. I don't know. Some cardio or
you
something.
were snorkeling, right?
Yeah, I was snorkeling. Why?
I mean, the point of snorkeling is just kind of go buoyant on the water and
just float there and watch stuff.
I missed the point, Matt.
Yes, because that's what the snorkel's for. You just got it there to breathe out of, but you can just constantly look under the water.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway. I felt like I was going to sink, okay? Which is weird because I'm like a super good swimmer. But I don't know. It may have just been this time. But anyway, right after that, we went kayaking, and that was amazing. So, we just kayaked. It was real still water. It was super, I don't know, it was awesome. But yeah, just like yours, I mean, they drove for like 30 minutes, and we're like, where are we going?
Yeah.
And our boat broke down.
Fun.
So they're like trying to fix they were actively fixing the engine. Like they had it open.
Oh.
And they were working on it.
You guys
they were tuning up the carburetor or whatever boat engines have.
They were doing something and I'm like, oh no, we're gonna die. Not really. I wasn't really that scared because they had like cell phones and stuff like that. And
right.
They were communicating with people on land. But
right.
Let me just tell you, OSHA does not exist where we were.
No.
or the equivalent of whatever safety committee was not there to protect us.
No. Not at all.
Anyway, the coolest thing about all-inclusive is the fact that I get to eat as much cantaloupe as I possibly wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic. The cantaloupe there is off the chain. It is so good. If you did not know this, my favorite food in general is cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe's pretty good.
Oh, man. It's above pasta. It's above anything. Like pie. Cantaloupe is my jam. So anyway, I ate lots of cantaloupe and then got lots of crazy little charms that they came around trying to get us to buy.
Yeah.
So overall, it was a pretty good experience. I really liked it. We watched our friends get married there, and alcohol was free in this. But I mean, I don't really drink that much, so
right.
It is what it is.
But if you do, it's a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are we on, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to thinking of trips I've made, and me and Nikki actually took one that was a lot of fun. We went to Dragon Con. So specifically, I think the second time we went, because we went by ourselves, The first trick we went with 2 twin girls, which was fine. But whenever we went by ourselves, it was just a lot more fun. But Dragon Con in general just really got me into cosplay because I had never seen it done like that. I really wasn't familiar with it at all until I went there. But it's a lot of fun. You go see awesome cosplay. You see, kind of like B-lister movie stars, people from shows and stuff. It's just a lot of good time. It was fun to spend it with my wife. We went to the aquarium there. Their aquarium there is incredible. If you've never been to it in Atlanta, where Dragon Con is, they have one tank that has 3 whale sharks in it, something like that.
Huh.
Like it
Whale
is,
sharks?
yeah, it is a massive tank. It's really big.
I've been to a couple now, and I'm like, you're getting a little samey now from me.
Yeah, if you ever are in Atlanta, check the one out there because
All right.
it is. I think it is the biggest tank in America.
All right.
They have there, and they had a lot of like their touch tanks and stuff. They had a lot more of those. They had like some starfish ones and stuff like that. And then they had a penguin thing that you would like, kind of like the little cheese holes at Chuck E. Cheese where they used to have, or whatever. I don't know if y'all remember that or not, but you would crawl through something and then you'd pop up and you'd be in the middle of the penguin exhibit.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun getting in the middle of the penguins. Usually I had to push a kid out of the way, but not really.
Dang kids.
I
Always in the way.
had to wait for a kid to give me an opportunity to get in there. But
They're excited. They're
yeah,
excited.
They're excited. It's penguins.
Number 2 for me is Disneyland and Disney World. I've been to Disney World twice and Disneyland once. If you could only go to one, go to Disney World in Florida.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger, ain't it?
Yeah.
Compared to Disneyland.
Right. It is. I think that they are set up into 3 different, like Epcot and Magic Kingdom and what's the other one?
Animal Kingdom?
Maybe. And the other one is set up into 2 different parks, I guess.
Is that one in California?
It is.
That's the one I went to, and I'm pretty sure it was in this California trip I mentioned,
Oh.
and I totally forgot about it.
There,
I was
How did
8.
you forget?
I was
oh,
8.
even yeah. That's when it's the most memorable.
Yeah, but I don't remember all the bad stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, awesome place. You get to go around, and there's amusement park if you want to do all the rides. There's stuff if you do, if you want to do a lot of shows. They have all kinds of good food around, and you get to go around and get the signatures of all the characters.
Yep.
Get your signature book.
And meet the princesses.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's it for me.
Oh, okay. Well, my number 2 is the only thing better than watching other people get married is get married yourself.
Yep.
So we went to Florida. We went to Treasure Island in Florida. It's on the Gulf side. And we got married on the beach. That was really cool because people literally turned their chairs around and watched.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like pretty cool. And they, they did the little thing where they had petals all over the ground. They drew hearts in the sand, and we had all of our immediate family there. And our, we didn't really have too many friends there because obviously people had to come there. So there was only like 15 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it was mostly our immediate families and maybe a couple of like cousins and stuff. And, but man, this was really good. It was really fun. The only bad thing about it is right after the marriage and everybody, so we got married like, I think Saturday, and then everybody left Sunday. Like everybody came down there Friday, stayed Saturday and Sunday, and like left Sunday or Monday morning. And then we stayed there for a whole week to do our honeymoon. And then we came back and had the reception. Most of the time we were there, we were sick.
Oh, really? Wow.
Right after we got married on Saturday, Sunday, we were just sick. So we watched a lot of TV. And we drove around and stuff. We got our marriage license there, which is kind of cool. Our marriage license is in Florida. And, but other than that, like it was entertaining. We went and did some stuff, but really it was about the wedding. The honeymoon was just kind of, it was chill.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're sick. But it was really neat. And then we came back and had our reception. So
Cool.
Sweet.
yeah.
My number 2 is whenever I was 14, I got the great opportunity. My grandmother funded us to be able to go to Disney World. So it was a fun little trip for all of us to take. Even being at that age, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. We did MGM Studios is the one. connected to Disney World, or is that
really close to? It's not
that or Universal?
Universal.
They're Universal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We went to MGM also, but Universal being in Disney World. Well, I guess I should
Well,
go ahead and bring that
Universal
up.
is not connected to Disney World, but is a separate park that's in Orlando, I think.
Yes.
or
Okay.
really close to.
Well, we went to both of them
Okay.
because Disney World has one of them, and the other one is kind of a drive away closer to SeaWorld or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, we got to do all that. I got to see the Indiana Jones reenactment.
That's cool.
Where he runs from the big boulder. And then he has the fight with the airplane and all that. And then there's big explosions that you can feel the heat.
I think I've been there. They also have the earthquake thing where you're
You're in it, the roller coaster.
in the
Not-
water. It's like you're in a subway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like the water comes flying coming at you, and just like
Right.
and, like a part of it comes breaking down. It's on fire and all this other
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I think that was there. I was
Yeah.
thinking because they also had a King Kong one where you're like riding in a I guess it's supposed to be like a
Like a coal cart.
not a coal cart. This is like a suspended railway, kind of like a subway or an A train or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he attacks your thing and you shaking all this stuff. But I mean, it was but yeah, no, Disney World is just that was a good time, man. It's I actually, even being that age, my favorite part was Epcot. I had a lot of fun going to all the different like nations and kind of learning about them. Usually they had like the big screens, you could walk in a certain room and it just felt like you were in the scenery because it was just 360 everything. But yeah, Disney World. So we'll be going back eventually because Star Wars opens in 2019.
Oh yeah.
And we'll be going probably a year after. So
Yeah. Just skip it for the first year. Let it mellow out.
let it mellow out a little bit, and then we're. I'm already talking to Dad about it. Probably 2020 we'll be going.
Nice. Let's run through these
Honorable mentions.
honorable mentions pretty quickly.
All right. Mine is Vegas for me. Is not really it wasn't a family thing for us, and that's why I put it as my honorable mention. It was just me and Melissa, but awesome place to go. If you like to gamble, it's definitely up there. Even if you don't like to gamble, there's all kinds of shows to look at, and just being there on the main strip is a sight to see. So
Fair enough. My honorable mention kind of goes back to what Eric was talking about with Pigeon Forge. They had a lot of cool stuff. I like all the mini golfs that you can play. But
yeah.
the one trip, we've been there like probably 6 or 7 times. The one trip I remember the most is the first time I played laser tag at this place called Quasar. And it was so awesome. Like we talked about it for years and years afterwards. So
was it regular laser tag, or was it just the first time playing it kind of was wow?
first time playing laser tag. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a really good course and everything now that I've played other laser tags. And then we talked about, you need to have like respawn stations and all this other stuff. It was kind of just basic. That place was, but man, it was so much fun.
Cool.
I totally forgot about this, but I did go to Vegas once too. So I probably would have included it in my list somewhere, but my aunt had a timeshare at somewhere at Vegas. So we went out there, and probably the most memorable thing I did was we ended up hooking up with, I think her husband had a nephew who had a friend. His name was Uncle Mike. And he took us around to every like hotel and got us up in every VIP room. And like all
really?
these, and he was just, everybody knew him. It was crazy. Like every time we walked up to like the
Uncle
bouncer,
Mike.
they're like, Uncle Mike, what's up? He'd be like, hey, I got some friends. I mean, I felt like a real big shot.
Oh, really? Yeah, my friends want to be up there at
Oh,
the baller
yeah,
room.
he-
Like Vegas vacation style.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. We went in every VIP area in all of those bars. It was incredible. And we get like the VIP treatment. We'd always get like a thing of vodka and orange juice that we had to mix our own screwdrivers, and it was pretty ballin'. I'd never felt like more of a baller than I did with Uncle Mike. So
Oh, yeah. Nice.
That's pretty dope.
So we're doing number ones now?
Yeah, let's do them.
Number one for me is going on a cruise to the Caribbean. Just, you're out there, everything's paid for, you do what you want, you relax.
Do what I
There-
want.
yeah,
Do what I
there's
want.
shows on the boat. There's there's all kinds of things to do. You know, you like I said, once you dock, you can stay on the boat and do stuff. You can go out, do excursions. You can do it through the boat. You can actually go out and just find your own excursions.
Yep.
And yeah, you gain a lot of weight. Average person, I think, is like they gain 7 pounds during a cruise. So we probably were up there as well. Yeah, all around good time.
Well, my number one is obviously your all's honorable mentions. That's Las Vegas. Rachel and I went, and pretty much I consider this a family trip because it was Rachel and I. And you know what? Now I think about it, this was right before we were married. We were still family, whatever. Yeah. It's on this list. So we went to the Strip, you know, obviously the casinos, but we did see the Cirque du Soleil show, Caw. And
we've seen a different one. I forgot the name of it though.
It is
so good.
So awesome.
Right.
I've seen a couple that travel through Louisville, but they are nothing compared to the ones in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It was straight amazing. We got super close. They had the Lions, I guess, at the MGM Grand.
Yeah.
It's also home to Escape the Fate. So that was pretty cool because we went to like a mall and they had like Escape the Fate stuff there. And there's like, right, you know, I was just all into that at that point. And it was, I don't even know if we should really talk about this, but it's really funny because we woke up and there was a lot of noise coming from the hotel room to the next of us. And I basically said, I was like, Rachel, the escort is making a lot of noise and waking me up.
Tell her to go back home.
Yeah. So it was unnatural. Anyway, we're going to move on from that and talk about Matt's number one.
Yeah. My number one is actually the cruise I took a few years ago. So I got 2 cruises on my list, but I don't care because I like cruises. But the last one I took, at the time, it was on the Allure for Royal Caribbean. At the time, it was the biggest boat that was in function. I think there's 2 more since then, both by Royal Caribbean. They like making big boats.
Yeah.
But it was just that boat, just everything on it. It had a part in it that was a park. It had trees and stuff in it.
Real trees?
Yeah, real trees.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like park benches and stuff that you would sit on, and you could zip line across that area. They had like a little zip line thing, and just the experience I had on that trip with Nikki and the kids and stuff. And
this is what we go get when the zombie apocalypse happens.
What's
we
that?
just go live on a cruise ship.
On a boat, right?
I don't see why not. As long as it doesn't start on there, because then you got nowhere to go.
That's true.
I guess you can get in one of them lifeboats.
The lifeboats are pretty big.
Yeah, big old lifeboats.
Awesome.
But yeah, so the cruise I took a few years ago, it was with my whole family, but it was just a little bit more fun for whatever reason. I had a lot more fun on that one, but that was probably one of the best times I'd ever had, though. So,
I mean, you guys put cruises on your thing. You do know there's a Dice Tower cruise, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if I would.
I talked to Nikki about that. I don't think she'd be down for that.
Yeah. See, it's fun playing games, but I don't know if I want to go to a cruise and play games the whole time or part of the time.
I don't know what y'all talking about because I would be playing shuffleboard the whole time.
Shuffleboard.
That would be my jam. I would be at. Is that pretty busy or no?
No, it's not very busy.
That's amazing for me.
Yeah.
I would be totally playing shuffleboard.
They got ping pong tables.
I bet those are busy.
Not really.
Oh, how is it when you're actually on the? You hit it and it's just like wobbles off.
No, me and Parker played it for a while. It wasn't bad.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it didn't affect us too bad. So.
Huh. I don't know. I'm probably gonna do one at some point. It sounds pretty exciting.
Cruise or
cruise?
Board game cruise.
Either one.
Cool.
Yeah.